Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today we got a makeup tutorial on a Instagram baddie look. So we're gonna jump right into it. For my brows, they're already done. As you can see, I did go ahead and go in with my Precise My Brow Pencil by Benefit in the shade number 5. I also used my L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in 390 Cedar to clean up the brows. The brush I used to do that was my Zoeva 322 Brow Line brush to clean it up. Lastly, I went in with my Clear Brow Gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So now that we have brows out the way, let's go ahead and move on to eyes. So for an Instagram baddie look, I don't usually use eyeshadow. I like to just clean up my lids with concealer and go over it with some finishing powder. So there's typically no eyeshadow. I mean, you could. I would go lightly with the eyeshadow. Also, wing eyeliners is optional. I go for a wing eyeliner usually. Sometimes I don't because sometimes it's a give or take with it. Like you can mess up your whole look with a wing liner and then you end up doing a big liner. You have to be very patient with eyeliners. Like the wing liners is the hardest to me. Unless you perfect it and you do it every day. Because you can go away from it for like a little time and all of a sudden you don't know how to do it no more. So anyways, and also big lashes is a plus for me when you're doing an Instagram baddie look. I like big lashes. I like to focus on lips, lashes, and highlight. So those are like my main 3 things. Complexion as well. Complexion is mandatory. You gotta have a bomb face base. But lips, lashes, highlight. So we're gonna start this off with complexion since we're going to be doing a wing liner. I don't want to do the wing liner and the eyelashes and then go in with the concealer. So we're gonna do all that first and then finish off the eyes and the lips. So for complexion, I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base, and I'm going to use that all over the face. And then I am going to concentrate the Pores No More by Dr. Brandt in the center part where I get oily. It is starting to, the weather is starting to heat up, so you want your base to last, your makeup to last through all the weather. Okay, so once the face is prepped with the primers, I am going to go ahead and take a Beauty Blender sponge and I am going to put my NARS Radiant Long Wear Foundation on the back of my hand, and I'm going to mix in, this is the shade Tahoe, and I'm going to mix in Born This Way in the shade Warm Sand on the back as well and spread it all over the face. I use 2 pumps of the NARS and 1 pump of the Warm Sand. I want that foundation or whatever to dry out my lips, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this veneered. Okay, so for concealer, if you're doing a Instagram baddie look, you want to make sure your under eyes are nice and concealed. So I am going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in Medium Tan Sand. This is a full coverage concealer, so you don't need a lot, depending on how much coverage you want. And I'm just going to highlight in the normal places that I would highlight. And that was with one application, you got all of this. So now to make sure all that stays in place, I am going to use Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in number 2. And I'm going to use a e.l.f. blush brush to set the under eye and all the places that I highlighted. And I'm using patting motion so I won't disturb the makeup, the base, because this foundation does not, this combination does not dry down fully matte. I have to set the face. So, but I do love how it gives your face such a smooth finish. Now to set the rest of the face, I am going to use my Select Sheer MAC Pressed Powder in NC40. And I'm going to take my Smashbox sheer powder brush to just set the whole face. So now let's move on to the eyes. So I'm not doing any eyeshadow. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with a wing liner. I am going to take my Anastasia 7 brush. It's an eyebrow brush, but I do like it for eyeliner because it's very sharp. And I'm going to use my L'Oreal Black is Black gel liner. It's the best drugstore eyeliner. Okay, so now the wing is on. It is nice and thick because the lashes are boom, like they really extreme. So let's move on. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my favorite drugstore mascara, which is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Mascara Effect. Okay, now it's time for lashes, which is really going to give that boom effect. These lashes are from AliExpress. I'm going to use a star glue, but this time I'm going to use dark. I have clear and dark. I like both. But since I have a black eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and use the black star glue. Apply them with some tweezers. So, yes, these lashes are very dramatic. But it did complete the wing. So even though the wing was like really out there, the lashes just pretty much complemented it, you know. So we are almost done here. Now let's finish out the face. I'm going to take my Becca Ipanema Sun bronzer. I'm going to take my Real Techniques Rebel Edge broad brush to do that with. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat that tip and begin. This bronzer is a little bit more like red tone. That just warmed up the face. So nice. I love Ipanema Sun. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some blush. I am going to take my e.l.f. complexion brush and some Sephora Hot Flush blush. Just a nice orange tone blush. These are really pigmented, so you only need just a tap. Now I'm going to go in with some highlighter. You really want to make sure you bling when you do like a little Instagram bag look. So when the light hits you and you take your pictures, you just like... Okay, so I'm going to use Ofra Glow Goals highlighter. This is a very pigmented highlighter. And I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush. Y'all see that glow? That is powerful. And I'm just highlighting lightly around the points, high points of my face, just so my foundation can look a little bit more glowy. I'm also going to take a 231 Luxe Petite brush and that same highlighter and just give it just a little tap in the inner corner just to brighten up the eye, open it up just a little bit like that. Lastly but not least, I usually prefer a nice glowy gloss liner with a nude look and a little glowy gloss, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go ahead and use the Dose of Colors extra saucy. So that is it for this look. I'm going to go ahead and finish off with my Glam Glow Setter. So yes, this is the final look, you guys. If you guys did like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. If you guys are going to try this look in particular with the products that I use, or if it was helpful to you, go ahead and tag me at Leilani B, hashtag Leilani B. Also, stay tuned for more videos. I will have lots more for you guys. And until then,